T.O. or no T.O.?
You know, I got in trouble with Randy Moss a couple of years ago, and he worked out. You know what? I'm all for getting the best players here because I do think, you know, I have tremendous amount of respect for Bill Belichick and the Krafts and Tom Brady, as everybody knows. So I think if Terrell Owens did come here, he would definitely have a positive impact on this team. He would. It would be a different case scenario. I think, as Bill said to myself and Freddie, give him a chance. Give him a chance, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm in full agreement on that. Prediction? Red Sox wild card, non-playoff team, or American League East champs?
I'm going to say, boy, this is tough, because I think it's going to be neck and neck with the Yankees again. I really do. I know people are upset about the offense, but I think this pitching staff is the best in the American League, top to bottom. And I'm going to say, but I'll give the edge to the Yankees a little bit just because of the lineup. So I'll say wild card once again.
All right.
95-plus wins.
95-plus wins. You heard here from my man Pete Shepard. This is Darren Svensson from Sports Fire Around. Pete, thanks for coming on.
We're back on Sports Fire Around. This is Jay Conley, and I'm here with Tewksbury native Eric Murray from Murray Brothers. How you doing, Eric? And what brings you out here tonight?
I'm friends with Jimmy. We're helping him with the charity, bringing all the people out here to help him get some money raised to send kids to camp. And it's a great cause. I've actually been up to the camp up in Maine. We flew him up there in my friend's helicopter. And it's a great cause to get kids that can't normally go out to a place for a week and get away and be in the country. You know, I went up there and the kids were just, you know, ecstatic that they were up there and having a great time. And it's a great cause. And, you know, my friend Mark Ginsburg, the owner here, he's donated the hall, and we put all our friends together, and it's just going to be a great time. It's a great outcome. Now, I know you're a big sports fan, a big Bruins fan. You know, what do you think of the Sean Thornton fight the other day? Well, I'm personal friends with Sean. I'm really good friends with Sean. I think it was great. It was. I've been a hockey fan for a long time, and it was the best sports moment I think I've had in quite a while. It was like an old Western, I told Sean. I was out with him Saturday night, and I said it reminded me of Clint Eastwood going to kick some butt. I mean, I was in the stands, and it was just unbelievable, and we all knew it was coming, and Sean did an unbelievable job. He's a great guy. Sean does a lot of stuff for charity also, and he showed Cookie not to cheap shot our best player anymore, and he did an unbelievable job, and it was a great night. Even though they lost the game, it was a great night that him and Z got in a fight, and they showed, you know, that they're going to stand up for their teammates. They've been taking a lot of flack in the media, but, you know, there was 3 minutes left when Cookie did that to Savard, so Sean really didn't have a chance to get him that night, but he sure did come back and get him. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, because a lot of people were saying, you know, in the press and all that about, you know, what happened, why didn't someone go after him then? But you're right, there was only 3 minutes. Well, there's 3 minutes left, and it's a one-goal game, and, you know, they need the points. So, you know, everybody says, why didn't the whole team jump over? Why didn't they do that? First of all, the penalty wasn't called. You know, there was a lot of factors that factored in why they didn't do it, but, you know, anybody that knows Sean knows that he's going to stick up for any teammate no matter what. He's you know, he's got the heart of a lion, and he proved it Thursday night. And you know, when he jumped over those boards, anybody that was in that stands, the hair on the back of your neck stood up because you knew he was getting after it, and he got after it. I mean, if you watch it on YouTube, he asked him to take his helmet off, and Cookie says no. So Sean, you know, ripped his helmet off and then gave him a good old-fashioned beating. So it was a great night for Bruins hockey, even though they lost, you know, again. But you know, hopefully they're playing tonight. Hopefully they win tonight, and they're creeping back up into the playoffs, and they have a good run. Well, great. You know, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. Now, are you playing in the event tonight? I do not play. No, I gamble enough at work every day. I don't gamble. No, I'm good. All right. This is Jay Conley from Sports Fire Around. We want to thank Eric Murray from the Murray Brothers for coming out tonight and for the interview. Thank you. Welcome back to Sports Fire Around. I'm Darren Svensson here with legendary boxer Mickey Ward. Mickey, what brings you out here tonight? I come out to support my Mark and the foundation on the poker tournament. So, you know, just come out, you know, just give them support. Good. Are you playing in the tournament tonight? No, I'm not playing at all. I can't play. No. Your boxing skills are a little bit better than the poker skills? A lot better. All right. Well, we've been hearing much anticipated about the movie starring Mark Wahlberg portraying you. What can you tell us about it? I believe it's coming out in late fall, and I'm almost positive it's late fall, probably October, November. So that's all I know right now. But it's supposed to be a really good movie. A really good movie, supposed to come out great, supposedly, and I'm excited for it to come out. Yeah. Now, when he was up north shooting and everything, did you go by? Was it at Lowell Auditorium? They did most of the shootings around here, or? Yeah, I did actually shot the fight scenes at the Songas Arena. Oh, nice. And I did some other things in the auditorium, but not the fight scenes. But you know, it was exciting for the city. It was exciting for me, and
I just can't wait for it to come out.
Now, was he in good shape, or did you have to whip him into shape a little bit?
Nah, he was in good shape. He was in good shape. I think he's put a few pounds on since, but he's got to take it off again because to shoot a couple more of those scenes. But he's getting back in shape again.
Beautiful. Now, you got a book coming out. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, The Irish Thunder. It's been out for a while now. Bob Hellerman is the author. He wrote it. The book's not about the movie, though. They're two separate things.
Right.
So I don't want to get it mixed up. But the movie and the book's totally different. But the book's out also.
All right, Mickey, I want to thank you for coming out and giving us a couple minutes of your time. It's a great foundation. Everyone's supporting, and you know what? Good luck in there.
Thanks,
all right.
I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Welcome to Sports Firearm. This is Jay Conley with Chuck Zito, the master here. You can see him everywhere. Everyone knows who this guy is. Right now, we're at Tewksbury Country Club for the Mark Wahlberg Foundation. Chuck, thanks for coming out.
It's great to be here. It's a good cause, and that's what we're doing here. We're sending 150 kids to our summer camp. So
awesome.
We're raising money.
That's the main reason why we're here. Also, I know you're opening a new karate shop in New York. Tell us about that.
I'm opening a new martial arts school called Chuck Zito Street Survival School, and it's in Pelham Manor, New York. And we'll be open. Actually, I'm going to open up on Toro Gaddy's birthday, which is April 15th, dedicating the dojo to him and everything.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, that was a sad story.
Yeah,
I mean,
sad, man.
So that's a great fighter. Obviously, you know him pretty well. And now I know also you're out in Vegas an awful lot, and you go and see a good friend of ours, Vinny Favorito at the Flamingo. How is he, huh?
He's one of the greatest shows. If you're ever in Vegas, you got to go see Vinny Favorito. The guy's funny. No matter how many times I see him, I always laugh at him.
Oh, yeah. He speaks very highly of you, too, when I talk to him. He always says, Chuck knows a lot about everything he says. He's a very experienced man.
He's great. So he's performing out there at the Flamingo.
Yes, he is.
So go see Vinny Favorito when you're there. He's a great guy and funny stand-up comedian, man. He's great.
All right, Chuck, thank you for coming out tonight. Sports Final Round with Jamie Hector from The Wire. Thanks for coming out tonight. Why are you here tonight?
Well, I basically came here to support Northbound, sending 150 kids to camp, and anything to support the kids I'm down for. I have an organization back in New York called Moving Mountains, so I work with kids also in the theater department, where it's a not-for-profit organization I started up, and when Jimmy called me up and told me about this, and the kids that he's going to be sending to camp, I said, I'm down. Let's go play some poker and raise some money for the kids.
That's awesome. Now, you were in The Wire for, those were 6 seasons?
It was 5 seasons.
5 seasons, yeah.
Right.
And now, what are you doing now?
Well, finished on this film called Night Catches Us, with directed by Tanya Hamilton, and also alongside Kerry Washington, Anthony Mackie, and Wendell Pierce. And you should look for that in the spring.
That'd be awesome. Now, tell us a little more about your foundation, Moving Mountains. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, basically, it's when I was growing up, I was part of a theater company called Tomorrow's Future Theater Company. So I decided to also give back in that same way. Just lay the foundation for young folks as far as acting goes and what to expect. So we actually designed a studio system as well as the theater company. So it's an original play, and I just directed the original play and just teach them what I learned. And also have professional actors that are my friends come in and speak to them also, and have them develop a record. So they write their own music.
Awesome.
Yeah, they write their own music and they basically produce it also, as well as their performances. So, and then we go over and we shut down a couple of venues, and we just have fun throughout the year. So for the past, Jimmy, it's my man Jim right here, y'all.
Now, obviously, Jim, he was mentioning Moving Mountains. He mentioned that foundation.
Listen, I told you about Moving Mountains earlier, right?
You did.
Yeah. This guy right here is Moving Mountains.
He is.
It's one thing. It's one thing to achieve some success and then sort of just do something and be away from it. Hands-on all day long with the kids, man.
Yeah, he was telling us
if he ain't in front of a camera, he's with the kids.
Exactly.
I love that. He was telling us I was doing music too with him and all that. It's unbelievable.
We met in a nightclub. A friend of ours that was on the show he was on introduced us.
Yeah. That's right.
We started talking, and all of a sudden it was like all the other, when you meet the magical girl you fall in love with? I don't want to sound like we fell in love, but we connected on a level that you can't explain. So it was like the 1,000 people that were in the nightclub were gone, and it was just two guys talking about how can we make a difference in the world.
That's right.
That's powerful stuff, man. This guy's the real Dale Holyfield.
He is. He is.
Real Dale Holyfield right here.
I know. He gave you a lot of props earlier. Appreciate it. Jamie Hector, we want